today. Today, I want to talk about why taking time out is actually the game changer when it comes to business growth, when it comes to exploring new opportunity, when it comes to really digging deep into your intuition to be able to to make those right decisions moving forward. Now, before I go into that, if you are watching this on YouTube and by the end of this live stream, you're enjoying what you're hearing, then please make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, and you'll see also there's a bell there, so make sure to press that, because we will be loading up more and more videos over the coming weeks, videos to really help you as business owners, as entrepreneurs, to make the right decisions moving forward, to become more effective as a business owner, to ensure ultimately that you are building that business of your dreams and actually achieving what it is that you want on your terms. Because as we know, sometimes it's so easy to fall off the direction that we're going in and end up following that shiny stuff that other people throw at us. So this YouTube channel is all about giving you the tips and tools so that you can grow and succeed and build that business that is giving you that financial freedom that you are searching for, that you are seeking. The reason why you set up business in the first place. If your channel of choice is the Facebook, then jump on over to my Facebook group. It is a private Facebook group. You simply have to jump on over, ask to join, and if you're a right fit for that, then I'd love to see you on the inside. I do lots of streaming into that channel, and there's a whole heap of tips, tools, downloads, videos, training elements in that Facebook group, plus some incredible fellow business owners that you can collaborate and connect with. All right, so let me just switch that off and let us get going. Here we go. So I'm just going to switch on Instagram and we will get going. So as I said, today, what I want to talk about is why taking time out is actually the game changer when it comes to your business growth, when it comes to your business success, when it actually comes to you doing the work that you love in the way that you want to do it, achieving the results that are the whole reason that you have set about on this journey of running your own business, building your own show. Now, when I first started work back in the UK, you know, the weather in the UK, is traditionally more often than not raining. It's cold, it's pretty grim, it's pretty grey. And I can still remember those early days of working, literally revolved around booking one holiday, usually a really cheap flight to some resort in Europe. We would sun ourselves for 2 weeks, often laying out in the sun for way too long. On the way back to the UK, we would often be planning our next holiday. And the same thing happened when I moved over here, pre-children, pre-having a family. We would literally plan one holiday to the next. And in between those times, we'd be working like crazy things. Now, at the time, I was working corporate. I held a very senior position. I was looking after marketing for some of the world's best brands. And I can honestly say the 9 to 5 didn't exist like so many of us that work in corporate. The hours extended either side of the day, even into the evening and sometimes into the early hours, as we were trying to clear out those project plans. And so what it meant was that I was running around like crazy, trying to get to that finish line of a week, whatever it was, so that we could jump on that plane and go on holiday. And sometimes I'd go on holiday and I'd totally fall apart and be sick and miss the first few days. More often than not, I'd spend quite a bit of the holiday sleeping. Why do we do that? Why do we do that? And I'm sure I'm not the only one. Here's the thing, right? This run up to this Easter, to Easter 2021, was very much the same, because like so many of us, the last 15 months have been mental, have been crazy, as we've been trying to navigate the impact of the pandemic, what that means in terms of how we have to rethink our business, the various pivots and changes that we've had to make, as well as being conscious of the impact it's having on the people around us, our family, our friends, our community, etc. And it was only when I actually got away last week, because I was running like crazy up to Easter. Again, I'd got back into that crazy run of racing and putting in as much work as I could so that I could take the week off. And it was only during that week off that it gave me the chance to actually stop, to slow down, and to actually just reflect on actually acknowledging how crazy that last 15 months has been, reflect and acknowledge on how I'd let some of my own boundaries go, reflect and acknowledge how I actually needed to reset things in terms of, okay, enough, how are we going to actually make this work moving forward? And that time to just really percolate and go, why am I really doing this stuff? And this actually got me thinking about how many of us are the same. How many of us race and jam our calendars and work really hard and don't take the time out and push and push and push like that crazy hamster on a wheel, looking forward to the day when we're taking the time off? Why does it have to be like that? So my question for you is, are you actually thriving and time rich at the moment? Or are you actually in survival mode because you're time poor, and just trying to get through the day? Welcome those of you that are watching live. Introduce yourselves. It would be fabulous to get some interaction here. Welcome Wantoon Displays. I'd love to know what your name is. Welcome Meredith. Welcome Jason. Lovely to see you on Instagram. If you're over on LinkedIn, someone's just written, Janine Garner is the bomb. Thank you, whoever's done that. I'd love to know who your name is. I can't see it on my screen. If you're on Facebook, do the same. Big hi to all of you. So what we're talking about today is why timeout is actually the game changer to your growth and to your success. And what I was just sharing was this realization last week when I took a week off, as to how much I needed that week off, of, without even realizing it, this last crazy 15 months of running my own business, of having to pivot, having to change, of having to almost work harder than I've ever worked before, had really had an impact on me. I was not tired physically, but I was absolutely tired mentally. How many of you are feeling the same? And my question to myself was, why is it that it takes a week off for us to realize the benefit of time out? And I wonder how we can actually get that benefit of time out into our everyday, into our every weeks, into our every months. Hey, Adam, great to see you. Wonderful to see you online here on Instagram. So here's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing way too many individuals, way too many business owners and entrepreneurs exhausted. They're exhausted just with the busyness of life, the busyness of having to make choices, the busyness of having to make decisions, the busyness of having to manage multiple streams of business, areas of responsibility. They're having to manage their IT, the finances, the sales team, the marketing, the social media platforms, let alone having to try and decide what the next move is. So I'm seeing this incredible amount of exhaustion, and it's very much mental exhaustion versus physical exhaustion, this inability to switch off. I'm seeing it present itself with almost a level of a demoralization. Business owners just demoralized, just feeling a little bit flat. Flat. Always nice to see you too, Adam. Just feeling flat. People's going, do you know what? When I set out to build this business, when I set out to build this side hustle, when I set out to build this coaching business, I had this dream of freedom and financial success, this dream of choice, this dream of being in control of my own destiny. And yet, Janine, I'm just exhausted all the time. I feel like I am working harder than ever before, and I'm not necessarily getting the rewards. So people are feeling exhausted and people are feeling demoralized. And what I'm really feeling at the moment from many of my clients is, yes, they're exploring what their next 5 years are going to look like, what the next phase of their business is going to look like. But it's almost like they're having to dig deeper than ever before to go there. And here's the thing, right? Every single one of us is also having to navigate a really crazy world. The reality is the world is changing around us every single day, where we are being challenged economically with what is going on. We are being challenged from a health perspective with what is going on. And we are now starting to see the impact socially of what we have experienced globally over the last 12 months. And you would not be human if that did not affect you. But here's the thing. Being exhausted is not leadership. Being exhausted is not inspiring to anyone. And you know what? Being exhausted is just no fun at all. It's no fun at all. But if we want to stop this, if we want to actually stop being in survival mode, being time poor, and actually move to a place of thriving and being time rich, then we've got to take control. We've got to reset our boundaries and take control and work out what it is for each and every single one of you to perform and operate at your best. Because here's what I know to be true when it comes to running your own business. I've been running my own business now for just over 10 years. Before that, I had a 20-year corporate career, which I started in London, and I moved over here 20 years ago now and rebuilt my corporate career in Australia. Ended up being group marketing director for Oraton Group, looking after the Oraton and Ralph Lauren brand and managing everything that needed to be managed corporately. Corporately, I was juggling shareholders. I was juggling the board. I was juggling team and the media. I was juggling Mr. Lauren and his team in the US. The juggle was very real. And on top of that, I had a young family. 10 years ago, I left that corporate business. I literally walked away from a 6-figure salary to bootstrap my own business. And I was bootstrapping this business because I had a passion and a dream. I have a passion to unleash brilliance in individuals, to ensure that these incredible business owners, these incredible entrepreneurs that have dreams of success, have the best support, the best encouragement, the best cheerleaders, the best thinking, the best tools and frameworks to enable them to succeed. That was my dream. And over the last 10 years, I've built that. But what it requires us to do as business owners, as leaders of businesses, as leaders of ideas, and it doesn't matter whether you're a small business, a one-man band, you are still a leader of that business. You are still a critical part of serving clients, of unleashing the brilliance in others, of amplifying the opportunity for your clients. You are responsible for bringing the best of you to your work. As a leader, it is important that you are continually functioning at your very best. Because here's what your job is right now. Your job as a business owner, whether it's a small business or a large business, your job is to constantly be curious. You have to be able to have the time to think, to percolate, to explore, to be curious about where are the answers that I'm looking for? How should we be doing things differently? So you've got to be curious, and that requires the time to sit, to think, to percolate, to gain perspective. You've also got to be able to join dots differently. Your job is you have to connect the dots. You have to be able to look around you and go, who are the people? Where are the skills? Where are the ideas? Where are the opportunities? And how am I going to connect these dots to ensure that we create a really solid picture that is going to allow my clients to succeed, my team to succeed, my community to succeed, whatever it is that it is that you're doing. You have to be able to connect dots differently than ever before. We've also got to decision make. If you are running your own business, if you are setting out and building a side hustle, if you have dreams of creating something that is in your control, where you are responsible for driving sales, for building brand, for the impact that you are making, the only way that you are going to accelerate your impact and have the revenue to be able to do that so that the contribution that you make matters, the only way you're going to be able to do that is to be able to make decisions. To be able to make decisions. You have to be able to make decisions. And we all know that when we're tired, when we're exhausted, when it feels like we're brain fogged, that we can't think clearly, it is bloody hard to make decisions. So we've got to work this out, right? The other thing too is you've got to be able to make those decisions based more than ever before on intuition. Because this world that we're in, where we are navigating this post-COVID world, where everything is up for grabs, where we've no idea really what work will look like in 10 years' time, what society will look like in 10 years' time. We've got no idea really, because we've never been here before. So what you're going to have to learn to do is trust your intuition. You've got to be brave enough to be able to take that time to, irrespective of what information you have at hand, to trust your intuition, because we won't have all the answers. And as business owners, as leaders, as individuals, your job is to inspire the people around you to take action. Your job is to inspire people to do whatever it is that they need to do next. So here's my question. How the hell can we do all that stuff if we are exhausted, if we are busy, if we are demoralized, if we can't see the wood for the trees, if we are literally like gerbils running around a wheel, just clearing off our to-do list and actually can't think clearly? It is impossible. Those people that achieve success have this incredible ability to hack their time out, because they know that this is a game changer. Now, my wish for you is that I want you to do this, not just on holiday times. Thanks, Adam. Really appreciate that. It's so true, right? When did you last take a holiday, Adam? When did everyone on these calls last take holidays? It'd be great to know. Hey, Eileen, wonderful to see you. So here's my tips for today. I want you to think about how you can reset your boundaries, how you can take ownership of your time out on a regular basis, not just that holiday that you've booked that you are looking forward to in June, in December, in 2022. I think there are 3 things you need to think about. You need to think about 3 hacks. The first hack is, how are you going to hack your day? How are you going to hack your day? What hack do you need to put into your day so that you get that time to do a mini timeout? Is it that you don't start work until a certain time every day? Could you do that? I worked with a CEO of a major property company. When I first started working with him, he said to me, I am a slave to my calendar, Janine. He showed me his calendar, and literally it was meeting, back to back, 7 a.m. until 7 p.m. at night. And then often he will be back online at midnight to do global calls. Ridiculous. And he is the CEO of an organization, and his job is to inspire, is to lead, is to serve. And he was a part of a big organization. I reckon a lot of us here online right now have diaries that are jammed in much the same way. What we did with him is we time blocked his morning, so he didn't start work until 9:30, and he finished work at 4:30, and then he had specific routines that he would bookend his days. Would that work for you? Is it about being really disciplined about your lunch breaks? When I worked in the UK, one of my team, his dad was the chief commissioner of police. Now, when I was in the UK, it was a time of massive IRA bombings. Terrorism was rife, like London was on edge. And the chief commissioner of police, his job was to try and manage all of this. And I remember speaking to him, and I said to him, how do you do it? How do you decision make? How do you manage the stress of all of this stuff? And he said to me, Janine, I shut my office door at 12:30 every day, and no one is allowed to interrupt me for an hour, because during that hour, I eat my lunch and I read the newspaper. That was his hack. So what is your daily hack for you? Is it being disciplined about your switch off time, your start time? Is it about being disciplined about taking lunch breaks? Is it about being disciplined about a 30-minute reading session? Is it about the discipline of walking around the block? What is the discipline, the hack? Now, it's got to be something you enjoy. It's got to be something that makes you feel better. It's like the mini holiday in the day. So what's that? So what's your hack for your day? Number 2, what's the hack for the week? What's the hack for the week? I see too many business owners and entrepreneurs working 24/7, 7 days a week. They get to the weekend and they're still working. They go into the evening and they still work. And don't get me wrong, I've been in startup land and I was one of those people. I literally would work till 2 o'clock in the morning and get up and start work again at 7 o'clock in the morning. Ridiculous. I was at risk of burnout. Even now, when there's a particular big project, of course you're going to put in some more hours for some of us. But I don't want that to become your norm. I don't want that to become your habit, because again, that is not leadership. That is not inspiring. So how can you hack your week? Here's my idea for hacking your week. I reckon that every single week you need to do something that makes you laugh, something that's fun. Not just going from, have you ever gone into work on a Monday and someone said, what did you do at the weekend? And you literally have to go, oh my God, I actually don't know. What did I do at the weekend? Because we can't remember, right? So I want you to create these forced pauses into your weekend that you can remember. And for me, it's about fun. It's about finding something fun to do. Something different. I spoke to hey, Elizabeth Tyrrell, you are a blast from the past. I'm waving at you. Wonderful to see you. So what's something in your week? And I would really recommend you do something that's fun, something different, something that takes you out of your comfort zone, something that's memorable. Now, one of the things I've shared quite a few times with some of my clients, I've got a big birthday coming up this year. Like in June, I hit the big 50. I cannot believe it. I don't feel it. But yeah, according to my birth certificate, I turned 50 in June. So here's one of the things I've got a whole crazy list of things I want to do before I turn 50 or in the year of being 50. One of which is learning to skateboard. So this weekend, I am out with my kids, if they are not too embarrassed to join me, and I'm learning to skateboard. It's something different. It's like it's like the shock therapy of getting you out of the week. So what could it be for you? What could be your week's hack? The one thing. My brother is based in Melbourne, and he had a real shocker of a year, 2020. His industry, he's in the film and TV industry. And that industry in Victoria got absolutely no financial support at all throughout COVID. The result of it was massive impact on his business, massive impact on his life savings, massive impact on his mental health. And when I last caught up with him, I literally said to him, when was the last time you did something for fun? And he said to me, I'm literally just going through the motions. And we do this, right? Because we're trying to keep our businesses going. We're hustling for sales. We're hustling for growth. But that's not going to get you there. You have to do almost a reset by adding some fun into your week. So what's it going to be for the week? Right. So I've talked about your daily hack. I need some daily timeout hacks. I want some weekly timeout hacks. And I'd love you to share here if you can, or message me directly. I want to hear what you're doing. I'm happy to hold you accountable. The third one is the year hack. One of the things I do, every year I run a year of you planning day. And essentially it's the day where we sit and we plan out the year. Now, the place that I always start is helping people understand that the year is actually not that long. Yes, you've got 365 days in the year, but that 365 days is only 12 months. That is only 52 weeks. That is only 4 quarters. That is only 1 summer. And it's only 52 Saturdays. It's not long. Now, if you take that year and you take out the non-negotiable stuff, the stuff that you actually can't move, like for some of us, school holidays, it could be birthdays, it could be commitments around financial planning cycle for those accountants that may be on this call. There are some non-negotiables that go into that year. You look at the time left, and it's not actually that long. So what I want you to do with your year, looking ahead to December, is plan in the specific break times. Now, for some of my clients, they work on a 90-day cycle. And these are clients in corporate that will literally work hard for 90 days. And then they take the long weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. But they don't just block it out of their calendar. Part of their commitment to me is they block out what they're going to do in that time. So there's no excuse. They can't get out of it. I've got other clients that work on 6-week cycles. So they work hard for 6 weeks and then they have 2 weeks of downtime, hard for 6 weeks, 2 weeks of downtime. So essentially you're doing this. You've got to work out the cadence for you. For me, because I've still got school-aged children, I operate my year according to the school calendar. So I work hard during the term time and then I'm literally down in recovery mode for school holidays and then up again. And that's the cadence that I work in. You know, the stats out there actually prove that us as business owners, us as individuals that are trying to build something are actually working way harder and putting in way more hours than some of the world's best athletes. Just think about that. We are putting in way more hours, way more on time, operating it here, than some of the world's best athletes. We're not going into recovery mode like the world's best athletes does. My son, my youngest son, my 12-year-old son is currently on rugby camp, a school rugby camp. And even in that school rugby camp, they're playing hard, they're training hard, but then they have the downtime. The recovery time. They're learning about nutrition. They're learning about health, and it's literally downtime. They're swimming. They're having fun in the pool, and then they're back up again. Like the importance of recovery, we know when it comes to health and fitness, when it comes to sport, but we don't do it for ourselves. So where can you hack your year so that you are on and you're recovering? You're on and you're recovering. Time out should not just be that one holiday a year that you are looking forward to. Time out isn't that everything geared up for that 2-week holiday and you're almost using that to justify you working hard. As I said before, exhausted is not leadership, exhausted is not inspirational, and exhausted is not fun. It's not fun. We need you to be curious. We need you to inspire us. We need you to connect dots. We need you to decision make. We need you to function at your very best the majority of the time. And this requires you to reset your boundaries and take ownership of your time out so that you can actually grow your business in the way it needs to grow. So my suggestion for you to think about is those 3 ideas right now. So today, what is the hack today that you're going to put in your day that's going to give you some time out? What is your hack this week that you're going to put in to help you rejuvenate? And my suggestion is you do something that's fun. And have you taken some time out recently to look at the rest of your year and plan in those real specific reset rejuvenation times? If you want to build a business that is driving the impact that you want to create, that's giving you the financial freedom that you want, that's creating the choice that you are looking for, that enables you to do the work that you love in the way that you want to do it, working with the clients that you love. If that is what you want, it starts with you actually making sure that you are leading yourself and functioning at your very best. And this is why time out is absolutely the biggest game changer when it comes to business growth. So take some time today and think about those 3 hacks. Think about how you can hack your day, how you can hack your week, how you can hack your year. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear your comments, your thoughts, your ideas, and I'm even happy to hold you accountable. Send me, message me, whatever it is, through whatever channel, what it is that you've learned from today and what it is that you're going to put into action. As I said, if you're loving this content, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel or join my private Facebook group. I'll see you there, and I will be back doing more of these lives. So I'll see you soon. Thanks to everyone who's joined me today. It's been great to see you. Have an awesome day.